Hi guys! It's Lindy from Stitch and Lindy.
Yeah, and the baby from the baby.
What are we making today?
Cinnamon roll donut.
Cinnamon donuts. I'm calling them cinnamon sugar donuts. Paige is calling them cinnamon and roll donuts. So, we kind of stumbled across or came up with this idea because we were making pizza last night. And Paige wanted to use her cookie cutters. Just put that lid on, okay? Thank you. And I thought this might be a good idea for donuts. So,
Yeah, roll cinnamon and roll donut.
yes.
And I find one idea for we make cinnamon and roll. Cinnamon and roll. So that what donut.
Okay. So, what I've done, we've made a batch of 2-ingredient dough, which if you don't have this recipe, just wait, okay? Just wait. We have I've got can you please leave this? Hey. Do you want to help mommy?
Yeah.
You got to listen then, right?
Okay.
So what we need to do, what I've done is made a batch of 2-ingredient dough. So this is 1 cup recipe. So this entire ball is 13 points right now. So what I'm going to do is divide this into 18 balls. So whether you want to roll this out and then cut it and roll it into balls, or you can just pull off pieces and get 18 and try and make them as close to possible as the same. So if you don't have this 2-ingredient dough recipe, I do have the recipe in another video where I made cinnamon rolls for it. So I will put that link below so that if you don't have that recipe, then you can make your dough out of that. So this whole ball is 13 points. If you divide this into between 16 and 18 balls, they're for this entire recipe, once we're done, it's 1 point per ball. So normally when you get a Timbit is between 4 and 7 points each. So this is kind of our version of making our own cinnamon sugar Timbits. You can play around with this if you wanted to add any other flavors, but we're just doing right now for the first time, we're gonna try cinnamon and brown sugar. So, yeah. So the first thing we want to do is, this is brown sugar. So we're going, no, don't touch with your hands, please. So what we want to do, we're going to use 3 teaspoons of brown sugar. I am just using regular brown sugar because I actually got the brown sugar Splenda. You want to pour that in the bowl?
Yeah.
But I did not like, thank you. I did not like the aftertaste of the brown. No, don't do that. Please, please, please. Hey, you want to help mommy? Please listen then. Okay, there's that one. I didn't like the aftertaste of the brown sugar Splenda. So I'm just using regular Splenda. I'm pretty sure it's the same points. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, 3 teaspoons of brown sugar I'm using. Again, if you wanted to use a different type of sweetener, by all means. But this is just regular light golden brown sugar. And then I'm using 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Pour that in. Okay, I'm gonna get you a spoon so you can mix it, okay? Do you want to put the lid back on that for mommy, please? Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is mix that. Sorry.
You don't really want spoon and 1 knife.
1 spoon and 1 knife. Okay, so we just want to mix this up. Okay, 1 second, please. Have patience, child. Okay, mix that together. Just go slow, okay? So you're mixing 1 teaspoon of cinnamon and 3 teaspoons of brown sugar. And that is what you're going to put on the outside of these. So what you want to do is just break your dough into, either pull it apart, because it does come off quite easy. You can just pull it apart and try and get 18 balls out of it. Or if you want to roll it out and cut it, then you can do that as well. So I'm just going to try and pull it.
I want to roll it out and dye it.
Well, let's try and pull it apart, okay?
And then you won't need to roll it up.
Okay, just a second, okay?
Okay.
So we got to get these all even.
Yeah.
See, that one's a little bit bigger. So you're just going to do this until you have 18.
And put it in my hand.
Okay, now you put it down.
Put it in
I know.
Put each one in my hand.
I know. How many do we have so far?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8.
Ah, what comes after 5?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8.
No, what comes after 5?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
Okay, we got to make a second line, okay?
Okay. Hey.
So, yeah, you're just going to divide these into 18 and then kind of play around to make sure that they're all the same size. If you can get more out of it, great. I would count each one of these as 1 point just because you're eating dough and sugar, right? So, Pidgey, you need to make a second row, please. Come on. Down here.
Okay.
How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's good because then we can have 2 rows. Don't let them touch, okay?
Okay.
Because they're really sticky.
God damn, this is my.
And who doesn't like a lower point donut? And I mean, you could put icing sugar if you wanted to on these. Keep them in the straight line.
I want to do
No, I told you they can't touch. Here, stop rubbing them on your shirt, okay?
Okay.
Hey, no touching. I mean, don't let it touch to the other one. We're almost done.
Oh no.
They look pretty good. So we've got 18. Just a second.
We all down?
We have 18. So if you wanted to make them smaller, you can. It's totally up to you. But yeah, this is 18 out of the whole batch. And so what you're going to want to do, let me just wash my hands. What did you do in school yesterday? Did we sign you up for school? Talk to the camera. Tell them what you did.
I signed up for you.
Yeah, you're all signed up for school.
Yeah, and you need to wash my hands.
Yeah, you always need to wash your hands and be nice and clean, right? Especially when you're cooking. Do you like cooking with Mommy? That's good.
Everyone's very good helper.
You are a very good helper. When you're listening. Okay, so we didn't really need that. So now what we're going to do is I have a pizza tray and it has holes. So I thought this might be the best way because it'll give them a little bit more air. So just leave that there.
We already need this.
I know, we'll try that after, okay? Leave that please. We're working on donuts, right?
Right.
Go wash your hands, please. Hey, go wash your hands, please. Go down into the bathroom and wash your hands.
This one? This
Sure.
one? Okay.
Okay. So we've got brown sugar and cinnamon. Hey, dry your hands, please. Okay. So what I am going to do, I'm just going to sprinkle over a little bit more flour on each
Can
one.
we do this?
No, just watch for this process, okay? Because I got to get these done.
Okay.
Thank you for listening. Okay, so just a little bit more flour, and I am just, hopefully you can see, I am just rolling them up in that little bit of flour, and it's just a tiny bit. Somebody asked me if I add extra points for, because, leave those please, because I do add more flour. I do add flour when I am kneading my dough, but I do shake off a lot as well before. But if you wanted to count for another 1/4 cup when I'm doing the other doughs, this I'm only adding very minimal, so I wouldn't count any extras. There you go. A ball. I'm just going to place these on here as I get them done. Yeah, if you wanted to add a 1/4 cup, just wait please. If you wanted to add an extra 1/4 cup to your recipe, that's totally up to you. I think it adds an extra point. But yeah, for these, you're not really adding too much extra. You gonna put that on there for me, please?
Right here?
Yep. Just leave them, okay?
Right then? Oh, more up.
Because they're... I guess we can't call them Timbits. I'm just calling them cinnamon sugar donuts because we don't have the trademark for Timbits.
We said don't them cinnamon and roll donut.
Cinnamon and roll, I know. You want to put that on there?
Yeah, for me this.
So what I'm going to do after...
For me this and baby.
Yeah. Okay, so once you get all of these onto your pizza tray, or even just a regular baking tray is fine if you don't have one of these. I just have it, so I thought that the holes would be good to kind of get a bit more air into them. What you're going to do is spray each of them with the Pam cooking spray. I have the olive oil spray, so that way it will just give you a little bit of the oil for your cinnamon sugar to stick onto them. Okay.
Why do you want baseball?
It's okay. Anybody else's kids like baking in the kitchen? Paige is really taking a liking to it since I've started these videos, so I don't know if she's liking the cooking or if she's liking the videos more, but...
Me want to do them.
You like cooking?
Uh-huh.
That's good. You should learn to cook. It's good to cook. Then you can cook your own food, right?
I want me to do some.
Anybody else come up with some new creations with the 2-ingredient dough? Share with me what you guys have come up with. I'm always wanting to try new things. This one's a bigger one.
Hey, Mommy, do some.
No.
I want to do some.
No, I just want you to put them on the tray, okay? You're helping. You're being a big helper, okay?
Okay.
They can get really messy if you don't have the flour on them, okay? It's a good girl. Thank you for listening.
I don't want to stop them on that bin.
No, because you might wreck them.
No.
Just put them down nicely, okay?
Can I see this?
Put it down, please. I just thanked you for listening, so you better keep it up. You having fun?
Yeah.
We're gonna have donuts.
Uh-huh.
Here's another one. And the only reason I'm putting a little bit of flour on these is because they're very, very sticky, this dough. I have had a lot of people saying to me after they watched my cinnamon roll recipe that they're having trouble with the dough and it's just turning out really, really sticky. That's why I add a bit more flour. I have seen quite a few people saying that they just add a little bit less yogurt because the yogurt is free, right? So adding less yogurt would be the better option because it's a free item where the flour is not. So if you're adding more flour, then that's where you have to account for the points. So another option is that when you open your yogurt, sometimes there's a lot of liquid on the top. So I actually another connector gave me a tip this morning. Careful. Another connector gave me a tip this morning to put a coffee filter into a strainer and put your yogurt into that coffee filter and let it strain for at least 4 hours so it strains the liquid off of the yogurt. And then that way you don't have that much liquid and then it won't be as sticky. So that is another option because there are a lot of people that do find that this recipe is very, very sticky and they just either don't like working with it or it just doesn't turn out right for them. So if your dough is too sticky, either add a little bit more flour, add a little bit more flour, or you can add less yogurt, or again strain the yogurt if that's something that might work for you. So I love Connect because everybody gives so many great suggestions and it's stuff that you would never think about, right? So there is, oh, you drying your hands? Okay, so there's all of our donuts. They're just plain right now. So all they would be is bread balls right now. So another idea is for dinner rolls, you could do this. Just a second. And spray them with olive oil and add your Parmesan and herb onto it. And then just a second, please. And please listen, right? And then please listen because I need to do this for the video. And then it's just 1 point for a dinner roll.
That's that one. That's that one.
Yep.
Then what they eat?
They're good. Don't touch. Okay. So now what you just need to do is roll them into your cinnamon and brown sugar. And then that way they get coated all over them. You don't need one page, please. And if you wanted to add an icing sugar, I mean, even putting, excuse me, even like half a teaspoon of a strawberry jam on the inside and rolling it up. Just a second, please. And if you do find that they get dry, you could spray them one at a time. All right, so I'm just going to continue topping these with cinnamon sugar. And then I'm going to pop it in the oven. I have my oven preheated to 375. And I'm going to bake them for 15-20 minutes. I am just going to check on them. And then we'll see how they are. So I will let you know how long I bake them when I come back. I'll see you soon. Hey guys. The donuts are done. So I baked them at 375 for 20 minutes. So give or take with your oven, depending on how hot it is. I put mine at 375 and for 20 minutes, and they're perfect. So these are the Timbits, and they actually did rise quite a bit. So you could have even done these half the size. But yeah, these are great. So 1 point for these. That's with getting 16 or 18. Well, I guess 16 minimum. Getting for these would make it 1 point each. So even the size that these are, I think I'll have these as a dessert. Have one, top it with a tablespoon of Cool Whip and some fresh fruit even. You could have it almost like a cinnamon bun, but it's just a ball. So yeah, 1 point donuts. And you could do these also the same thing with your bagels. Just make your bagels a bit smaller, and then spray them with Pam and top them with cinnamon sugar, and it'll be like an actual full-size donut if you wanted to. Just keep in mind for connectors, make sure that you are doing your points, adjusting it accordingly to how many you get for your 1 ball of dough. But the full 1 ball of dough with 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of yogurt, it is 13 points. And that, so depending on how many you get. If you're getting 6 out of it, if you're doing the full donuts, then it works out to, I think it's 2 points, maybe 3, give or take, depending on your sugar as well, adding to it too, right? But these are 1 point each if you're getting a minimum of 16 out of them. And yeah, cinnamon sugar donuts. And you could do anything, maybe even some icing sugar. Like I said before, you could spray them with Pam and put some of your Parmesan and herb seasoning on it for a nice dinner roll. Yeah, the options are endless. If you try this recipe out, let me know what you think. If you do like my video and this recipe, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. If you would like to be notified of when I'm putting up new videos, just hit the bell button and you will be alerted of any new videos I post up. Thank you for watching.